Thanks for jumping on the call today. I'm so excited to have you here. And you just finished the 12-week Lean Body Accelerator program. And I'm really sad to see you go.
I'm sad to go too, but I've learned so much.
Yeah, so I would love to hear, just tell us a little bit about you, and then we'll go from there.
So I'm based in Sydney, Australia, and I'm nearly 55 and went through a really bad patch last year, bit of depression and lots of negative self-talk, and kilos were creeping back on, and I knew I didn't want to be that person that was going to pound my weight at the gym and overwork my body and restrict my eating again. And that's why I signed up again to do a more holistic approach to everything this time.
What made you decide to start work with me over somebody else? So what made you decide that the Lean Body Accelerator was the right program for you over some other programs that are out there?
I guess I knew if I wanted to go back, I could go back that road, and that stuff I would be familiar with, which was great. But I had been seeing, like I said, in extra little posts about the energetics that we should be bringing to our lives and our state of mind and a whole well-being approach. And they were more recent of your posts, and I thought, this sounds like a bit more of the collection of what I need to be looking at.
What's going on in your life now? How did this change your life? Or what's your how did your approach to life change?
I think now I'm less reactive to things. I'm far more positive. I'm sleeping better. I don't have as many, I guess, physical problems, like things like sinus and asthma. That was really bad before I started the program, and that seems to have really fixed up as well. So it's been a combination of like health benefits, but it's more the mental health benefits, I think. So I don't feel so heavy in my head and cloudy and feeling like my head was going to explode. I think what's one of the first things I said to you, I feel like my head's going to explode. I'm so angry inside, and I just don't have that anymore.
Has benefited from you going through this program, right?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've seen me change, and I've had a couple of comments from my daughters saying things like, Mum didn't react to that the normal way she reacts. And I go, what was the normal way I reacted? And then I got defensive. But it was interesting getting their insights as well.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Also, they see me exercising and eating well, and also now with the meditation, I'm trying to encourage them to do that, and the hypnosis, and at least spend 5 minutes a day listening to something, and do as well, and even my husband has started doing it as well, because he's got like a little the one giant mind. He does a couple of things, so there's little things that I do that I'm now suggesting to all of them, and they're just it's like that 1%, Nick. They're just taking it on board 1% of the time, so it's really good.
So good.
That's it. Yeah, so we'll be this big healthy family soon. Yeah,
I love to hear that. It makes my heart sing. And how would you say your approach is to your body now? How is that different than it was before?
Very less critical. Like I don't put things on and say, oh, look at that hanging out the top, or look at that bump in my thighs. And that's something that I've always done. I just look at them and say, right, ready to go. That's it. I'm spending less time swapping outfits and worrying about it. I mean, I did lose 3.5 kilos, which was really good. It wasn't my goal if I lost weight, it was wonderful. It was more the other side of it that I wanted to work on. But that's helped as well. That just sort of fell off. I think the amazing thing is, once I realized that if I was positive to myself and showed my body that love and respect, it did what it was meant to do, which is it's meant to drop weight and drop kilos. So I'm learning to listen to my body more and to respect it more. And I think now it's listening to what I want as well. So I think that's great. To not place so many demands on me professionally as well, because that is not conducive to how I want to think and be either. I think my negative aspects towards my body was also how I was treating myself professionally, because not getting things done. So I've really slowed up and just really evaluating life and what's important and what's not important. I mean, work is still important, but really slowing down and prioritizing where I should be and what I should be doing. So that's been really good.
Amazing. And what was the biggest sort of win or tangible result for you during the time that we worked together and the time of the program?
I think the biggest win is like I was saying, understanding about treating my body respectfully and having positive thoughts. That's the side that was missing, that I wasn't doing before. And I thought I was, but in all honesty, I wasn't really treating it respectfully and not being able to have that self-love. And I know now I do love myself a lot more than I did 12 months ago, which is really good. And now I feel like I'm more complete and more in love with myself, it's easier then to be the mom and be the professional and be that person I need to be to everyone else in my group. I think that's one of the key things that I got from this program as well. There's lots of key things.
There's lots of key
It's not
things.
just one.
It's hard to narrow it down to like one thing. And how do you feel now in 3 to 4 words?
Energized, spiritually awakened. That can be one word. Just happy, just really happy with everything at the moment. Yeah. I really love the way that you'd actually start with a meditation or hypnosis, and everyone would say it. We just totally stop for 10 minutes and just get into the moment before we start. And I think everyone will comment it's the first time they've sat down and actually had some quiet time and some time to go back inside and think about this whole process. So that's really important. So that were great.
Yeah, great. And what would you say to someone who is looking for a solution and have tried the diets and tried all these things and who's maybe watching this or considering doing this program? What would you say to them? Like, who would benefit from this? And why is this different too? Like, yeah, why this over something else?
I think the key components of the energetics of the program and the meditations and the hormonal balance, and it's not just an exercise and nutrition program, it's looking at the body as a whole and not just the physical body but the mental body. So, and I think you have to look at the inside and your mind and the way it's working and the sabotaging that it's doing. So it's there's things happening there that people won't talk about, and I'm the same. I'm this one too, that you don't want to bring up because you're suppressing it. You're suppressing all your anger and your sadness, and you have to let all that out. And your program helps us to address that, and then it helps you to then have the necessary tools and resources. So if these situations come up again, you know how to deal with it. So it's very much a holistic approach to weight loss and I guess, sort of awareness of there's other issues causing weight gain. And it's not just not eating the right food and not exercising. There's other internal components that you need to consider. And I haven't seen anything like this around before. So I would highly, highly recommend it to anyone. And anyone who says they're too busy, we're all busy, families and work. And I know that a lot of mums will say that it's selfish to not put time and money into themselves. And it's really important we do that so we can be the best person we can be to our kids and to our partners and, to our friends as well. And I have so many friends that, are still doing the old way and not getting results, particularly now they're in their 50s and there's a lot of hormonal imbalances happening. And I'm getting blue in the face every time I tell them you're not doing the right way. So I'm really hoping that when they see me in a few weeks, we've got a bit of a dinner, that they'll realise, oh, you know, maybe what she's talking about does work. So I think it's a great program, and because it covers all bases and it really gets down to the internal happenings of why we do things and why we think things and why we eat a certain way and why we don't exercise. And that's what programs need, the why, not just the hows. So yeah, thumbs up from me.